Yo, what's up, everybody? So, today, for real, I'm gonna be going over um, probably most of these GJ moves that recently happened, and just like areas where I seen we could have took advantage of the market, and you know I feel like especially within this week from this point on, things have been looking a lot more bullish. Moving into the future, and can even test certain points of resistance, like up in this area. Turn this green. And in this area as well, depending on what it does off of this resistance area right here. But from the higher time frames, being like the daily time frame where I like to analyze, it's been making nothing but higher low points since it came down to this 124, you know, 225 area. Another higher low point right here broke major daily resistance to make that new higher high up in 139 area. Then came down, made another higher low point, and respected you know a bunch of quarter points as well, like throughout this, since implicating quarter points. I've been paying more attention to how price, especially with GJ, responds to them. And it's definitely been something that it help you be more in tune with what's going on and be able to capitalize off those opportunities. So I was seeing higher low points, support being maintained all throughout this area. And I kind of just drew you know, kind of like a sloppy like channel right here, just being at point A, point B, and then got my trend line at the bottom, point A, point B, just seeing how it reacts, to these areas. And this, since it's already been respecting, if it could respect these higher points in the future, you know, before even doing a full 100% retracement to this resistance up here. It's just like I said, what I'm seeing, right? So then even on the 4 hour time frame, we had, like I said, from this point here, we had um, they just say this point of resistance being broken, made that high point, came back, made this higher low point. It looks like probably like a 78.6 retracement. So you're expecting a slow retracement, back to the upside, back to that negative 27%. And even if I just want to throw the fibs on, you know, just because that's how I was taught, point A, point B, came down 78.6, which makes for a really good trend line opportunity as well. Just seeing how these areas could line up with confluence, and you could take advantage of these areas if you, know what you're doing, right? Um, Taking advantage of these areas right now. And hold on, just hold on. Anyway, yeah, man. It's higher low points right here. It takes if you can find confluence, then take advantage of it. And then also once you've seen that it made a higher high, you can also track, that, try to draw some type of angle to track that kind of momentum. That's pretty steep. So then as the market begins to breathe, you could kind of angle it out and just kind of track, that pressure once you get like a steep kind of angle on when that momentum from buyers to sellers kind of like switches over, right? So then even up in, if you waited until, say you got a nice steep opportunity to draw a counter trend line, and you can even put, short-term sales on, understanding that you're on you know, you're making higher low points on the higher time frames. Buys on. All right. So once you've seen that the market broke into your buy zone, and even right here, you'll be like, all right, it broke. Type of resistance. Right here, 1, 2, these two candles broke, and then you just tracked. And you just tracked and looked for, like, some type of bullish momentum, understanding that you already had a point of support right here. You're already on a higher time frame, and it's a confluence area. So this getting in these kind of situations up here is really like continuation moves. Like you really want to be able to take advantage of like engulfing patterns and like candle reverse patterns that you see all in this area where the support is being happened, because you understand that this is the lowest point that the market has retraced before. It's gonna go in reverse to its negative 27, and seeing that this is a double bottom pattern right here. Even if you go from a candlestick to, you know, boom, boom. So like you can kind of put all that kind of confluence together, right, to give you your opportunities to buy throughout the market, and get in with that higher time frame momentum, right? But once you start to see these areas break resistance, and you see the market broke resistance, broke out your from out your sell zone into your buy zone, all you're looking for now is like opportunities on lower time frames. Because even on the lower time frames, you're gonna understand that you see in more detail. So it broke resistance right here along this area, broke that resistance, right there, came up, and you can see that break that happened on that higher time frame. So once you've seen that, you could have been in this move earlier, like I said, that point A to point B, being able to use fibs on all time frames, and then seeing that this is a double bottom pattern as well, that tapped your 50%, which is like neutral, but you already understand where most of the volume is. So then you're just looking for type of candlestick pattern. Boom. And like you take that move to that negative 27% and maintain it on the time frames that you understood the whole move off of, right? So it's gonna be like our higher time frames, but just tracking it, you know. So that was like an entry opportunity, or a couple entry opportunities, of like how to use confluence, how to use your trend lines, and current market, things like that. Also, let's take a look at US 30. All right, so yeah, with US 30, I remember last time we had this drawn up sell zone to buy zone. I remember talking about how I had a steep. As you can see, I haven't touched the charts, but like I had a steep like trend line right there that was tracking that buying pressure, because I told you that we had a bunch of rejection up here, and this is a major rejection zone from our higher time frames. Yeah, like the daily. So, we were looking for some type of rejection for us to be able to take advantage off of. And as you can see, like once the market gave you that pattern right here, that rejection, this would be like a perfect entry opportunity. um, you know, understanding, where you were in the market already. And then even if you couldn't understand that, it's all about like being able to put these patterns together, understanding candlestick analysis and what the candlesticks are telling you, you know, this is clearly telling me there's more sellers in the market. Clearly, even this candle right here with that, buyer's exhaustion at the top, um, engulfed this candle right here. It lets me know that as well. And then more sellers came into the market to let you know overall it's going to respect this price point in this area. You had a mini retest right here for the market to continue as well. So yeah, even being that, tracking this order on the came and made support down here, 1 2, right? Um, Came up to retest, almost retest at 38.2, but this rejection area right up in here. So, we're just gonna find the median area where all that rejection is, which is right here up here in this area. So still probably like 23.6, which is probably a consolidation continuation. So as you can see, it's been consolidated, going back and forth, fighting in this area, but overall we're still, it's still pushing towards the sales, towards um, getting towards that negative 27, negative 61.8%. And this is just another major support zone that I have on my charts. But yeah, man, this is just something I wanted to update everybody, midweek of what I had seen and, how certain things were playing out with the pairs that I'll be looking at. And yeah, so if feedback, let me know and we'll go from there.